Get ready with me to go and get sued.
Well, I'm being sued. 2 of my credit card. Actually, it's funny, it's the same bank, but 2 different credit cards.
Stopper, count your motherfucking days.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Welcome back.
So the biggest issue everyone's facing nowadays is like credit card debt and stuff. We're facing that since credit cards existed.
Yes, this economy is insane.
For real. So you can get sued for not paying that.
Yeah, people say it doesn't happen like that and you can like flee the country and they can't get you, but they actually can.
I don't think since we're so technologically advanced, like first things first, you're gonna be stuck paying that. Even like they're gonna wait. You can come back when you're like 50, 80, and they're like, oh hey, you have stuff that you haven't paid.
Yeah.
And they can get you when you're over there anyway. So like,
Not escaping it.
no. Ugh.
Yeah, but you can actually get sued. Pay your stuff. Or figure something out.
Yeah.
Me to go and get sued. A couple weeks ago, I was sitting at my house when a lovely police officer came over and served me papers and let me know that I was being sued and had to make an appearance in court. I'm like, okay, this is a prank. I'm actually being sued. Come to find out, I am being sued for a credit card that I had when I was like 18 years old, 6 or 7 years ago. And these heifers are suing me all this time later, but let me explain. So when I was a struggling college student, I was going to school probably 35 hours a week and then working on the days that I didn't have school. So I took out a credit card to help me pay for food and gas and things. And then life happened. I've had 2 kids since then. This credit card is literally in my maiden name. And I'm gonna be so for real with y'all. I forgot that this credit card even existed. I just completely forgot about it and stopped making payments on it. I am aware that this is 100% my fault. But hey, we've all been young and dumb before. Lordy Morty, I think even at 26 or almost 26, I'm still young and dumb. So if you are a struggling
26.
college student or struggling in general and you decide you want to borrow some money, this is your sign to always pay it back, because one way or another, those crazy little sneaky little brown nosers are going to catch up to you. They're going to expect you to pay up. Y'all say a little prayer for me and the rest of the courtroom, because something comes over me sometimes and makes me cry for no reason. So let's hope that I don't start bawling my eyes out in front of everybody. Wish me luck.
So this is like a few years ago. So now she's like 27.
Wait, if it's 2 years ago, then she's 28.
Oh, I'm stupid. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Ooh, she was a couple years older than us.
Don't forget about your credit cards and your loans. Like, I hear a lot about people forgetting that they've taken these things out. And it's like, I don't really get how sometimes, because it's attached to your credit reports.
Yeah.
And then, like, you also have, like, the online portals that you can always check, like, every day. Just make sure you have all of that just to access, because also that and fraud, and you want to be on top of it if something comes up that you didn't open up.
Yeah, that semester was crazy.
Yeah.
And all she really did was like get credit cards to feed herself and like be able to get stuff in college. That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's insane.
They want their money.
Even the bare basic, stuff got her.
Yeah.
To get you on anything.
That's why you got to be strategic with it. And if you need to, just go to a food bank and just get a can of beans. It's really no harm in it. Everyone is susceptible to need help sometimes. So, like, there's really just no shame in it. Just get it. Don't take more than you need, of course.
Exactly.
But really.
Yeah.
What should you do if you're served with a credit card lawsuit? Hi, I'm Ryan Peterson, and I defend consumers who are sued for credit card debt in Minnesota. We're going to do a 4-part series about your main options in this situation. Today, we're going to discuss when you should consider settling the creditor's claim. This is an option that I actually think more people should utilize because it's a lot easier than you'd think. Attempting to settle a debt is usually the best option when you don't have a defense to the lawsuit and you want to avoid having a judgment entered so that you can avoid having money taken out of of your bank account or your paycheck. Most people assume that when they're served with a lawsuit, the creditor is going to insist on payment in full of the debt immediately. But this typically isn't the case. You can actually work yourself a pretty good deal by participating in the process. I suggest that immediately after receiving a summons, telephone the attorney's office and ask them what authority they have to enter into either a payment plan in the balance in full or a lump sum settlement for less than the full balance. At this point, they might ask you for a financial statement where they want to get information from you about your wages or assets. Don't provide them with this information. Instead, politely decline and ask them once more what authority they have to settle. If they don't give you this information, at that point, consider making a settlement offer. The other option that you have is to retain an attorney who specializes in these cases. You can find an attorney in your area by visiting the website for the National Association of Consumer Advocates. I represent people who are sued for these debts in Minnesota and Wisconsin, and I'm typically able to get them a better deal than they could get for themselves, even when you account for the flat fee that I charge. The most important thing to remember is, if you aren't able to reach an agreement with the creditor right away, be sure to read the summons closely and follow its instructions. If there's a court hearing, show up. If there are instructions, draft and serve a written answer, make sure to do so precisely as instructed. You need to make sure that a default judgment isn't entered against you so that you can preserve your ability to reach a beneficial agreement with the creditor at a later time in the lawsuit.
There goes the garnish.
They will do it.
It's not on the good ones they put on your plate.
Bruh. It's not good. You never wanted to get to that point.
Don't. So they will either garnish you, maybe they'll expect it back in full, depending on who it is.
Yeah. Like, just participate in the process so you don't screw yourself over. Don't run away from it. Just try to get it settled.
Yeah, don't run. Never run. That's the worst thing to do.
For real. It's not good.
Not good at all.
Discover, count your motherfucking days. Count your motherfucking days. All sued me for a credit card that you gave me 10 years ago, and you gave me a $10,000 credit limit at 21 years old. Okay? So you sued me. I get it. I didn't pay it back. That was my fault. I fell on hard times, okay? I had a lot of shit I went through, okay? So I didn't pay him. Y'all sued me. I tried to work with the lawyer and say, hey, I can only afford $50 a month, okay? I can only afford $50 a month. Like, literally, I work 3 jobs. I do fucking DoorDash. I don't know. What else do you want from me? They said, no, 160. And I was like, well, no, I can't afford that. And then they said, oh, well, can you borrow money from someone? No, if I could borrow money from someone, I would, and I would give it to you. Trust me, I'm not trying to say I didn't do it, but I don't have the money. I don't have it, okay? So y'all sued me, and I got a letter because the judge ruled in favor of them, obviously. But I got a letter, and the letter pretty much says, hey, so you gotta pay this, and there's gonna be interest on it until it's paid in full. So I don't have the money. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't have it. I do not have it. Y'all spent more money on a lawyer than to just write it off. I'm sorry, like, I fucked up, but I don't have it. So what do you want me to do? Pull it out of my fucking butthole? I don't have it. So fuck you, Discover. That was predatory. I was 21. You guys gave me $8,000 to start with, and then when you saw me hitting that limit, y'all said, let's raise it to 10 grand.
Yeah, that's what they banked off of for her. It's like, hey, you're going to be spending this money, aren't you?
They always are. They're so predatory.
And that's crazy. Legit, I never got that. Hey, this person has not given us any money. They obviously have no money to give us. Let's sue them for more money. Let's waste our money to get more money from them, even though they can't give us any money to begin with.
Yeah, for real. This is why if you're just starting out in life and you're super young and you don't know anything about money, just don't do it. Like, definitely read the fine print and everything. Read every word of it if you have to, and look it up because you have the internet. Just look all of that up before you sign anything, because you don't want to get yourself into this and be part of the rest of the world that's stuck in this debt cycle.
For real, and it's just crazy.
It is. Predatory loans.
Very predatory.
Storytime asks, Discover sent me a thing saying they will consider suing if I don't pay my credit card. Yeah, Discover will definitely sue you. They are one of the most litigious original creditors, maybe only behind Capital One.
So like every in Capital One, like, hey, guess what? You owe us money.
Exactly. I didn't know Capital One was that bad, but yeah, apparently they're all that bad.
I'm so glad I got a credit union instead.
Yes. Stick to the credit unions. Those are better.
Way better.
These banks suck.
They will sue you. 3 credit cards that you mess with, most likely they'll take you to court. That's American Express, Discover, and Capital One. So make sure if you have these cards, make sure you keep them in good standing. And God forbid, in any scenario that you default, make sure you settle with them and avoid it going to court. If you need help with your credit, let me know. Follow for more.
Because are they their own banks? Truly?
I think so.
Okay, because I never really seen a Capital One bank. I've seen cards, never seen a bank.
Yeah, I feel like they might be online only. I don't know.
Never touched on those. If I can't go inside, not just in it.
Yeah, just don't. Just be responsible with whatever you have because you don't want to owe anybody anything, really.
For real, that's crazy.
For real. And they all can take you to court, so like.
They all will take you to court. Not can. They will.
For real. Don't mess with them.
They gotta get their money back somehow, even though that means losing more money than they would get back.
They will get their money.
Well, I'm being sued. 2 of my credit card, actually it's funny, it's the same bank, but 2 different credit cards have hired the same lawyer to sue me. And I got the lawsuits in the mail. It was a rough night. But today, I figure I will call a law firm and find out what's what. Turns out this is a law firm that specializes in debt collection and all that type of good stuff. So I call them up. I go through the whole voicemail menu system. It ends up looping twice. They can't get me anywhere. Finally, I get to somebody. I get put on hold, and she's like, I can't help you. I'll transfer you back, and then hangs up on me. I call back. I type in the right number this time. I get someone on the phone after I'm on hold for a long time, and she is just angry from the get-go. She is just barking at me. This is our recorded. We are attempting to collect a debt and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, all right, just to clarify, did you purchase the debt or are you collecting the debt? She goes, we're not debt collectors. We're attorneys. I'm like, you just said this is an attempt to collect the debt. And then so I keep asking questions politely. I even went through the verification, and she is just snapping at me. And I'm like, why are you in such a hurry? I'm trying to understand what's going on. And she cuts me off. Every sentence, she tries to guess what the end of the sentence is and cut me off, and yells at me and cuts me off. And it has been, and I go like, why are you, I'm trying to get clarification here. And she's like, well, if you go to our website, everything is on our website. You can log into the website. And I'm like, news to me. All I have is a lawsuit here. So I go to the website and I go, what link do I click? She goes, I can't walk through the website. We're an attorney's office here. We're not allowed to walk through the website. I'm like, ma'am, you're the one who sent me to the website. I don't know where to click. I cannot walk you through it. I'm like, you sent me here. Just which one do I, she goes, click on the make payment button. But I can't do beyond that. And I'm like, I'm not clicking on the make a payment button. I just wanted to know. So I'm asking more questions. I go, it says here that it's been charged off. And she's like, well, yes, it's been charged off. So they've written it off. She goes, no, charged off means, and she starts barking at me again. And as I'm asking questions, she keeps cutting me off. And I go, why do you keep cutting me off? She goes, I'm going to transfer you to a manager. And I said, I'm not asking to speak to a manager. I'm asking why she just keeps cutting me off. And she transferred me to a manager and a voicemail system. And I left a very long message going like, how am I supposed to do anything if the person on the other phone, it's recorded. You could hear everything that she did. She just was mad at me the whole time. And I asked for clarifications and she just bark, 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 bark. And I'm like, okay then. What I know about bill collectors and even lawyers that are bill collectors is they're going for the easy win. Every single step of the way is just pay me. There's a settlement offer, though they're not very good. One of them's actually not bad, but they're mostly not very good. I don't have the money anyway. I just don't have the money. So this idea that the moment she realized that I wasn't easy because I was asking for clarification, the moment I started asking questions, she realized that she wasn't going to get any money. So I was just wasting her time and I was making her angry. And that kind of made my day. It made my day because it realized that, I've got a lawsuit in hand, and, one of the rules of a lawsuit is that if you're guilty, just don't do anything and you'll be guilty. But in this case, I'll be filing an answer. Because every time I say, listen, there's no money, all I can do is tell you that over and over and over again, that I'm going to keep asking questions until we get clarified. Maybe somebody will finally hear me. But at the end of the day, I don't have the money. There you go.
And with all that harassment and stuff, that's basically harassment. He's just trying to get some answers. He's being really hostile. They could get their mess thrown out if they keep that up.
It really is. What's the point of being hostile? You work here.
For real, you have the power here. Just answer my questions.
If you want your money, then cooperate.
For real. He's just trying to say he could legit, his how it would go really if he was not being crazy. I don't have the money. That's not my problem. There's a lawsuit here. We have the information to sue you. We got the go ahead. See you in court. That's all she had to do. That's all she had to do.
It's not that hard.
No, not that hard. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but I figured out that probably would have been better than yelling at him the entire time.
It most definitely would.
I'm pretty sure you're going to say, not my problem, dog. I'm just the person who's suing you.
Pay us.
Pay us now. Or you get sued. That's it.
It's that simple.
See, that right there, that's the time I just need to start rage baiting for real. Because I'm just she's mad and I'm just asking questions. It's time to ask more questions.
Ask the most crazy, complicated questions because they can't answer the simple ones.
Is water wet? Waste your time. Waste your time anymore.
For real. Make them hang up on you. I tried to pay, but then they hung up on me.
And it's recorded. They recorded her being angry the entire time, so I start rage baiting. It's not a problem.
Yeah, record those calls for real.
For real. It's funny as heck.
Not funny.
Couldn't be me, though.
Nope.
No. I'm not trying to deal with that.
For real.
I have yet to be in a courtroom.
Yeah.
I'm happy I'm not.
Don't be in one.
Don't be one
Stay
ever.
out of it.
Stay out of courtroom in any way, shape, or form if you can.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
But thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, and please get us to 1,000 subscribers.
Bye, guys.
Bye.